Hello, I'm Howard Morley, Managing Director of Auckland Property Management. It's a company I own, and I am excited to be here and working with a team of 40 experienced and professional property managers. Today I want to talk to you about what happens if a tenant doesn't pay. What should you do? How should you handle it? And I know out there are a lot of self-managing owners. DIY is alive and well in New Zealand, and so it should be. But there are ways and means of managing tenants who don't pay promptly. Property management is a contract between a tenant and a property owner. The contract is simple. The owner rents the house and provides the house in good order and condition, and the tenant needs to keep it in good order and condition for the return of a rent. We do have from time to time circumstances that change for a tenant, and a tenant who's paying regularly, month after month after month, and perhaps year after year, could every now and again have a situation at home that leaves them short of money, and rent is sometimes the first thing that goes unpaid. At Auckland Property Management we have a zero tolerance to rent arrears, and that allows us every morning to check our statements, check our accounting records for the night, overnight, banking, and we can tell first thing in the morning whether a tenant is up to date. Self-managing owners need to do exactly the same. This is a business arrangement. You need to minimize your risks and avoid downtime with chasing tenants for unpaid rent. Some clues on what to do. Firstly, every day, every week at the minimum, you should be checking your bank statements to see whether the rent is paid. If it's due on Monday, check to see it's paid on Tuesday morning. If it's not paid, immediately contact the tenant, find out what's happened. Give the tenant some days to fix the problem. Bring his or her rent up to date. If it's not brought up to date, then there is a procedure which is a 14 days breach notice in New Zealand. So the tenant is given 14 days to fix the breach. Don't wait for the 14 days but to issue the breach notice. The breach notice should go out after day 1 or day 2. Obviously, if the tenant's been a good payer for 2 years and this happens once, that's a different issue from a tenant who hasn't paid on a regular basis for the last 3 months. Treat them differently and you will have a successful rent collection policy. If the tenant doesn't pay, the law allows you to issue a 14 days breach of tenancy conditions. This quite simply says that the tenant has 14 days to remedy the breach. If he doesn't do that, then the matter can be escalated to the Tenancy Tribunal and from there even to higher courts and jurisdictions. Normally, a tenant will want to have the matter sorted. If he doesn't, then you're in a position to activate the 14 days breach of notice very, very quickly. You don't have to wait for 14 days before you serve the notice on the tenant. Serve it on them straight away, after perhaps 1 or 2 days, and then you've got control of the situation. You need a regimented and organised rent collection policy. If you have this, you will ensure that your property is a goldmine for you and is a productive property investment. We at Auckland Property Management have experience with rent collection and can help you at any time. If you have any queries on how to collect the rent, or you have a tenant who hasn't been paying their rent, please give me a ring and I'm happy to talk through with you anytime.